All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad to see everybody's here. Another Friday. We made it. We are actually about to finish our first month of 2025. Wow. It's crazy saying that. Who would have thought? All this stuff that's been going on in the world, things that have been happening. We are in 2025. Cool stuff. Very, very life-changing, especially for a lot of people who, thought we would. This yesterday, everybody was excited about Nickelodeon, all the cool stuff. We were witnessing the new Batman animated series. For all my cousins out there, you know what I'm talking about. Space Shuttle Challenge, Berlin Wall, President Reagan almost getting killed. Witnessing this thing, would we ever witness to be here in 2025? It's just crazy. Crazy. All the technological advancements we've progressed. LCD TV, cell phones, handheld computers, basically, that's what it is. Smartwatches. That's insane. I mean, think about all the things that have happened, especially everybody in my generation. All the technological advancements, things we only dreamed of. Nobody thought we would see a lot of this stuff. We're witnessing today. And, who would have thought that we would have lived through an era of terrorism that has plagued this country since the 80s. The Iranian hostage situation that was going on in the 80s. We were still at the verge of the war. Then with the Soviet Union, as they were known to be, this generation will never understand that. They are flipping that stuff out of the way. A lot of things that are being hidden in this generation that they will never understand. Historically, we're seeing a push to basically don't worry about history. Things that have happened throughout the centuries that are very important. People who are important. You don't hear about a lot of the atrocities that have happened in history. You don't hear about a lot of the bad, dark things that countries have done, countries have suppressed, countries have abolished. The lying of how things were, what was going on, hiding and suppressing the technologies and the advances that were already in place then. And here we are. I read in the Bible that was talking about the verse, I believe, or Revelations. There is nothing under the earth that is being done now that is something that was done before. And it made me think, like, man, I look into all this stuff and reading books, looking up things about the ancients being so advanced in technology that they were advancing human civilizations back then. These advanced technology capabilities and the more, like I said, that more hiding of the history that was being done, corruptness, I guess you could say, and the slave mentality of what was going on just in a different time, the suppression of knowledge, the suppression of information that was being hidden from people. Think about all the books that used to be in history, like World War II, the Nazi Germany, where they were making gather up these books and throw them into town and burn them. Could you imagine how much knowledge was actually being burnt to get rid of at that time? That they were using that to cover up things that they were doing, rallying the people together to burn books, like. And I bet at that time that was probably something that they were doing to cover up by getting rid of things. The bombardments in World War II, the whole war itself, to abolish and destroy all of this understanding of this technology, this world that we didn't know of, Tartaria, that was actually a real place that existed, that had countries, that had kings, had nobility, that were spread out the vastness as now Russia, northern Russia, and deep, in certain parts of Eastern Europe, and going down into where the Ukraine is now, in that area, Serbia. And it makes you think, what if they were actually hiding something? Because we see after World War II the suppression of Tartaria. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at the episode where I was talking about all this stuff on Tartaria and the CIA leaking, or actually declassifying information that said that Tartaria was actually a country, and that the Soviet Union was getting information, or any people that had anything to do with Tartaria, they were removing them or shutting them up and silencing them, getting rid of stuff. This is in the document that was released from the CIA, talking about Tartaria. And I'll dig around. I believe I still have it, but you can actually go onto the CIA's website, go into their declassified information that they have, and search up Tartaria, and it will actually pop up with this annotation. You will see it. It'll get it for you. So if we've been lied to about a lot of things, just think of the possibility of what they were hiding, what they were getting rid of. So much knowledge, so much history, so much advancement that they did not even want it to be recognized. In the future, a reset. And it's not talking about, yes, do we see them in cataclysms? Do we see them in floods? Do we see them in fires raining down from the heavens and scorching the earth and killing everything in this storm? Or fire from the sky. Different things talking about creatures or beings that are coming out and destroying humanity and resetting them. And they're lost. Like the natives who were dwelling down in the Southwest, building these vast kivas, and then you see all of a sudden they're retreating from there and going and building fortifications in the cliffs. What were they doing at the time here in America? We see a lot of things that are hidden from us about ancient America, and we know it to be true because they're there. You can see them. This information is this stuff is things that are just going to try and get swept under the rug, while our kids are growing up thinking about all this stuff that they're being subjected to in life. We're telling that there's no such thing as giants. We're telling them it's just all stuff you see in Walt Disney and the movies and stuff. There's no such thing as fairies. It's just something that gives children hope and imagination, and just restores their faith in possibilities of having magic and being able to fly. Just being a young child for the rest of your life in your mind. A lot of us still think like kids. I'm not ashamed to say it. But it makes you think, what is it that they were actually doing? And the information and the technology and the knowledge of who and what we are and why we're here and the things that are happening, that have been happening since the beginning of the ages. And everything that was already here, pre-Adamite civilization. Come on, folks. If you've seen my show on the creation and the Anunnaki story of how man was created, and this knowledge that they had of these beings that came down here and did this stuff, this information that is out there, that is knowledge, that is older than a lot of the religions that are here on Earth. Civilizations that first learned how to write and script and talk to each other and think about mathematics and giving actual laws that the Ten Commandments are actually based off of. Information like Admiral Byrd, who was a heroic figure during World War II. In his journal that his family finds, it states exactly what he said the day he was talking about going and flying his plane and at the North Pole, I believe, and on the Arctic, and he ends up flying into this cavern that goes into the Earth. He's talking the city of crystal and energy and light, and these tall beings that are, pretty much they look like fairies if you think, but they're like completely white and tall, blonde hair, and deep piercing blue eyes. He says that welcomed him and talking to him, and you could hear their thoughts, and he was communicating with them. And they're giving him all this information, and they were telling him to tell people in leadership that and governments and people of humanity to stop doing things that they were doing, that they had been there, they were watching them, kind of guiding them when they needed to be, and when it came time when they were overstepping their bounds, they reset the Earth. Cataclysms came, floods came. We see these impacts of craters all over the Earth that have impacted this plane we live on, deep in this Earth. And it makes you think, man. I mean, so much information, a lot. And that's what I was sitting down talking, with my wife, and I was just telling her, like certain things I'll hear, or I'll listen to, or I'll look up and see what is really happening with whatever these people are talking about, and just looking at their information and who they're tied in with, and how that information is coming across to people. I got this book out or whatever, and this is some knowledge or information that I put out there. So I listen and I look it up and I research stuff, and a lot of people that I follow, guys from Gen 6 and True Legend, the Alberno research that he has done with his crew. And I mean, Greg Braden and the guys at Gaia, if you never watched Gaia, I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying I like them because I watched it for a whole year for series that they have on there, and watching people like Greg Braden, who came a few years ago, really good guy. He's got a book out called The God Code, and it's really good because he talks about genealogy and human DNA and things that are, mystical, that doctors can't explain why we have them, and they're telling us, oh, well, they don't mean anything, take it out, hurts or whatever, we can remove it, there's nothing there. That's just extra body part. I don't believe that we were just designed and made a whim, and things were put in us and things were inside of us that just are. They tell you at the beginning, a lot of times you hear, oh, well, you're, this is bothering you, and, it's just because, it's just there or whatever. And it's like, you look into a lot of studies that people have done, looking at, like Greg Braden with genealogy and stuff, and the DNA and the body itself, and how we are created different. And it's not just that we're up walking and we have thumbs and we're smart, we can think, we put our thoughts into action, and we have these emotions, we have this thing of free will and understanding of the knowledge of right and wrong, and how to do it, and be able to be what we are. Someone or something had to have known what they were doing, and I'm not saying it in a way of people that things aren't supposed to be the way they are, what they believe. I'm saying that the science of things that have been corroborated by religious people all over the world, and different sects, like SCT, sects of different religions that are branched off from, Christianity or Buddhism, Hinduism, or just little parts of these religions, or whatever. But people are saying that, yes, that's what we believe too, and that's what has been shared throughout our cultures about what happened, or what was what we were told, or we were passed down on how people were made, whatever, or the world before, and it makes you think there's got to be something that we are missing, that we have not been told about. For those of you who watch this show or watch any other shows that talk about a lot of things of hidden knowledge, things that have not been released or restored to people, if you've been following this for a while and looking into a lot of things that are happening, you will see that a lot of this stuff comes to a point where it's like we're missing information that is giving us the knowledge and understanding of what was really happening, and how we are, unique in a sense that something designed us, someone put this together, and a lot of these religions and sects around the world, these cultures, say pretty much the same thing. These beings can't tell us they came down from the sky, or they came to us. And in these different types of presentations of themselves, we are seeing the replication, or yeah, of them using those images and symbols. They have worship these deities, these gods that came and gave information and knowledge and taught them right from wrong, how to build, how to create, how to harness the energy from the earth, how to, use their minds and not have to be at war with each other, and that anything that they wanted, that they needed, they can build it, create it, make it happen. And they showed them how to do that. And it's not just in one part, it's not just in another part, it's in all of them. And you see this time and time again, that even in the ancient city of Göbekli Tepe, which is, what did they say? I think it's like 12,000 years, almost 13. And it's about 2,000 to 5,000 years ahead of some of the known structures that we know now. It's older. And the depictions on there and how it was set up and why it was deliberately pushed and caved in. They covered it. Is it because they knew that people would find it? This is a way of preserving it and not just blowing it, destroying it all. Like you see down in Peru, in South America. A lot of these buildings are just torn apart, like they were destroyed. And I guess people aren't, these beings aren't going to be smart enough to figure this out and start thinking about what was really happening. And you see this creation of this new being, Adam and Eve. Adamu is what the ancient Sumerians said it was called. He was called Adamu. Sounds pretty familiar, like Adam, right? And you just see that right there was a creation of something that was going to be different from the people that were made or were on this earth, that had this knowledge and this ability that were there, these pre-Adamus, that the Adamu was made to not survive, live, or be that era or that wavelength of lifespan. Because now you see people that are dying at 100, 120, not really living longer than that, and then I believe that there is anybody that they found that Buddhist. I think he was like 120, something like that. He was pretty old. I'll look that up too. Let me see. Yeah. 110. He's 110 years old. Luang Pao Yai, a Buddhist monk from Thailand who had gained worldwide recognition for videos on TikTok, passed away on the 22nd of March last year. Wow. 109. Can you imagine a lifespan being able to live past 100 years? I mean, it's, my grandmother was 96, I believe, when she passed away. God rest her soul. I love her. And miss her. But the things that she seen growing up in her lifespan, almost 100 years. And a lot of us who are, reaching that midpoint in this knowledge span, I think about that. Most people think about the aging of the body, thinking about the knowledge that I have since I was young, and obtaining the information that I have, whereas my children are starting their journey of knowledge. Because what is happening now, what we're seeing, is something that they then are comparing. It's like a record. How do I say it? It's like a storage of information database that I have on a passing to them by telling them and letting them know and giving this information. Is this not what we are seeing in Göbekli Tepe and these ancient places? That generations of people since before us as human beings that we know of. Think of that. So we're talking thousands of years past that. So, if like take let me see. See if this will go. 2,500 years ago, the Buddha, or the Siddhartha Gautama, was born about 2,500 years ago. So that's roughly about the same time as Christ. And let's see. Yeah. I'm looking something up about Egypt. Yeah, 5,000 years. 5,000 years they are putting the time of beginnings now of Egypt being on Earth. So Egypt, there's even decrypted things, scrolls, knowledge, information, tablets, or hieroglyphs that are showing that, or say that the pyramids were actually there before the Egyptians even began occupying Egypt. They were already there. These things are ancient. So if they didn't build it and they've been around 5,000 years, so that means Göbekli Tepe, which is predating that by 6,000 to 7,000 years, what's really going on? Right? Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So, 6,000 years of the dating of what they're talking about Adam being created. 6,000 years. You're saying about, what is it? About almost 1,000, 1,200 years difference in between his and we're seeing Buddha, Jesus Christ, and all these deities coming to Earth with this wisdom and this knowledge and this information about humanity trying to better themselves and fix themselves. It makes you think, right? Because if he was created 6,000 years ago, roughly, going off of what is being said in Genesis, and you're seeing born about 5,000 years, or the difference between now and 5 when he came around is about 5,000 years. The creation of Adamu was about 6,000 years So that's about 1200, whatever it was around there. And you're seeing the pyramid timing, the Egyptians occupying Egypt. You see what I'm saying? There was a creation, a reset somewhere that happened that sparked human beings into being where we are. What was already here that they matched us with in the Anunnaki, in the green the tablets of Thoth, about the creation story and the information and the knowledge that Thoth had brought to the people, and was telling them about the creation of man and human beings, that they had taken them from the DNA essence. The essence of a thing, of being a person, is what makes it it. What makes it whatever it is. And it says they told them to go get the essence of this thing, whatever it was, this hominid creature that around that they were controlling, that was Merrick, in a sense. So they took the DNA of this being that was already here, that they were giving knowledge and information to, and helping them do the things that they were doing by giving them this knowledge. It's a big story. It's an epic. You have to look into it, please. If you go back and you look in my playlist and find the story of Anunnaki, and from there I think I go into Gilgamesh. Just go back and review it, and if you need information on it and you want the information on it, let me know. Man, I jacked up on Mountain View. Again, I just want to say thank you guys. I know I jumped into this thing hard and heavy, but it's just been on my mind. And like I said, when I started this journey a year ago, my wife pushed me to do it and follow this, adventure, this dream of doing this. I was really hesitant, but she was like, I think it would be really good for the stuff that you and I talk about, and the things that you tell me about, things that you know, you've read up on, that you've seen, or whatever it would be. I've gotten a couple of books of information about the Apocrypha of the Bible, which goes into you've got the Book of Giants, the Book of Enoch, the complete Apocrypha, the Master Collection, the definitive collection of all of the 18 or more apocryphal texts rejected from the Bible, unveiling hidden narratives beyond the canon. The Gnostic Gospels, the Master Collection, the rejected Gospel of Mary Magdalene, Thomas, Truth, Judas, Peter, Philip, Pistis, Sophia, and more, includes 22 supplementary Apocrypha from a complete immersion. By Jeremy Payton. You can find it on Amazon. And on my favorite, the Book of Giants. Great stuff. I know I harp on this one, but this was a great read. This one blew my mind, and I just want to say, Billy Card, watch, come across this. Thank you. Thank you so much for putting this out. It was a real mind opener, and I love it. Thank you. It's masterful. It's very knowledgeable. It has a lot of awakening of what was going on and how it was going on and what was being done at a time when a lot of people were saying that these people were just barbaric animals, not even thoughtful. This book has really, I urge anybody to get this. Get this book. This is a good one. It says over 2,000 years ago, the Apostle John wrote in his gospel that Jesus made many dark sayings, teachings with hidden meanings, John 16:25. So Van Auken has made a study of these teachings and, along with some fascinating insights from other sources, has compiled and explained them in this surprising book that reaches beyond Christianity to a new, more universal Christ. This intriguing book explains such concepts as our godly nature, our innate knowledge of heaven, the nature of our soul, the surprising correlation with ancient mystical teachings, the life force within us, and how to raise it. Maps of heaven and consciousness and the deeper purpose for this incarnate life and physical body. In the second section of this book, schools of practices for your soul growth, your tools for making the most of our lives and the lives of those around us. Van Auken has an easy reading style and has a remarkable ability to integrate his teachings with concepts from other places and philosophies, making this book a rich, rewarding read. It makes a big correlation between everything, and it puts it all in perspective of what was really being said, or what was really being taught, with the things that were left out. And you start seeing why they did this stuff. Because they were suppressing everything, hiding it. What better way to get rid of things and stop talking about it and just shut it up is to stop letting people know about it. How many times have you gone and you were like talking about something or an event that happened a while back and it made you feel sad because it was a tragic event or something like that, or something that changed your life? Oh man, just an event that happened. I mean, I'm not saying that tragic because everybody will remember that, but something that happened or someone that passed or whatever, and you're like, dang, I forgot about that situation. It hits you and it comes back. Your feelings, your emotions, your thoughts, things that you remembered, details. That's what it's like. Because that's what I believe humanity is going through. We are going through a great mental reset. And a lot of things that were told to us are not what they were. Are there aliens that have been here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are. A lot of military declassified information and dockets that were classified that went through the government steps, the government ladder of information and knowledge redactors. A lot of things were hidden. So do you think that just because we're here and we have this technology to computer, that the people that were back then in those times that wanted to suppress this information and this knowledge, you don't think they weren't doing that back then? Of course they were. What better way to keep people subservient is to hide things from them that are good for them or that are knowledgeable for them, and just keep it to themselves and benefit by them trying to sit there and research it and study it and not give it to the people when the people could be using it to better humanity, to make humanity grow spiritually and knowledgeably, not just for ourselves but our future. future of humanity. And going back from this, what I was building on is I'm saying is that there were knowledgeable people, beings that were here on this planet that were doing things and building things and had knowledge of certain things that we cannot explain to this day. Yes, there are some advances that have come from extraterrestrial civilizations. We know that when Roswell happened, and they tried to cover that up, and the military had to redact their information that they had put out to the press, talking about, what we said yesterday about it being a crashed spaceship and us finding bodies. It was just, a weather balloon. Well, that is not what witnesses was like. What we saw, nothing like what I was holding and I was seeing and what we had been shown. And it's amazing because you listen to all this stuff, just all this knowledge and this information, and then they get rid of people, they shut people up, they arrest things. How long have we been going through suppression of knowledge and information since COVID? A lot of our freedoms have been violated, folks. And they did it to us right in front of our face. And not only did they do it, they got people to agree with them to do it. How crazy is that? Probably going off left field here. But it all ties together. What I'm saying is, and I'm thinking of is that what if we are witnessing the same thing? The beginning of those ends that happened before us. And not only just the information and the technology and the people. Did it not say in the Bible about the great flood during Noah's time? How God came down and He smited all the wickedness that was on the earth. The wickedness, and corruption, and the total violation of His creation being not what He wanted it to be, and told this one man that He was going to destroy it all with a flood. And for Him to take one of each, male, female, and bring them onto the ship, this ark. And He even told them the dimensions, how to build it, and yada yada. But do you know that story is ancient and does not come from where you come from? It was much older than that in the Sumerian text. And three people, the beings that came here, Enki and Lil and Anu, along with the other animals, that they did that. They warned Utnapishtim and told him, we are going to destroy the creation that we made. Because it is not what they wanted it to be. Turned on them. They started learning about weaponry and sorcery and all corruption and splicing and doing the DNA stuff themselves. They told them to go and take the essence of each of these creations, bring them onto the ship with you. Could this ship have been a boat that He made that was technologically capable of keeping them alive? And it only took him 7 days, not 40 days. And like I said, the timeline of all of this stuff is happening within the 6,000 years. Okay? Adam was created, or the creation story puts it about 6,000 years. So we are seeing this whole narrative of creation being suppressed, that we're the only, smart life forms out here in the galaxy, and they've got redacted paperwork talking about Valiant Thor, this alien who came down in that movie. What was it? I was telling something about it. It's pretty funny because I put classic space, and it comes up with like, they're not even classic. They're like movies up until 90s. Supposedly these are classic movies. The Day the Earth Stood. Not bad. Valiant Thor was based off of that game, or the movie was based off of that. Valiant Thor. And there are whistleblowers who have testified to this and have shown pictures. The pictures have gotten released of this alien, this being, who came to Earth to warn us that humanity was on a path of destruction, that they needed to get it straight. Now, this is not my words. I'm just putting this information. Take it or leave it. But as I said, the whistleblower, the witness, brought out photos that he had shown to the public and had them published in the newspaper, article magazine, the article. And he was telling, different people were talking about this Operation Valiant Thor. This Earth to warn the governments, the nations of the world, head leaders, hey, listen, we're screwing this up because you're wrong, you need to fix it. We're watching. And like I said, this information is getting put out there and they're releasing this stuff. There's something else that has been happening. They were able to tell us 12,000 years ago that these sky gods came here and did these things that they were doing, showed them this knowledge, this information of what was happening. Does it make it valid? Does it make more sense to you? To me it does, because things that have happened in my life that I've seen or I've gone through, this to me makes sense. And the experience of it, the knowledge of it is more calming. It gives me hope. It gives me the drive and the push to go, okay, if this is what my life meant for, or what I am meant to do, how to be as a human being, as a father, as a son, as a brother, as an uncle, as a grandfather now, things that we do in this life, why we were created, the purpose of us being here. It's the experience. It is the information. The information that's passed on through we know that this body is a suit. It's a way of us experiencing the reality of what is it that I'm gathering the information for? What knowledge am I creating from what is here that we carry with us? this this PC, is this just a learning knowledge collective storage bank? Each have experiences. We each have chosen and done our path of life and cause and effect of this and the interactions with other people, the knowledge and the information that we share with each other. Are we not storage banks because of the information we eat? Sometimes no, because we know that the spirit itself, and this is tying it into what ancient knowledge being suppressed all over the world. The big lie of us being spirits, learning and when our time is done, it's done when we leave our knowledge and our experience, our essence of who we are, goes back to the universe that spawned us. You know, a lot of people, like I said, I was like, they put an event for everybody to do. It wouldn't let me today because I was going to a couple hours before I was going live. And I know I had posted some stuff on Facebook about reincarnation and just the essence of who we are and how that thought came to me. When I found out a lot of information that we lead down this path, seeking and looking at this information, it really blew my mind because it made more sense to me. And it goes off of things that have been hidden, that has been in the past to us. It was back in the information was collected and told it. But when you forget to talk about it, or you're not able to talk about it or share it, it's lost. Or it gets abolished, it gets wiped out, you'll never see it again. And it is mind-blowing to think of it that way, because it makes a lot of sense that, you know, I really shared that thing about Dolores Cannon, who does her therapy sessions of therapy, regression therapy. And a lot of the information in this, she's saying that she gets a lot of information that she's been doing this for over 45 years. And her cases lead her down this. People who've never interacted, don't know anything about each other, have never met, and she gets this putting them through this hypnotherapy information gathering. So they want to know. We all had this feeling of this doesn't feel right. This is something going on that I'm missing. Yes, this stuff is brought to me over and over repetitively. It doesn't make sense to me. Something is telling that it is just right. How many of you have ever felt like that? I mean, really, this is not what my spirit is telling me. My essence is telling me that is real. It's not true. Lying to us. And there's more out there. There's more knowledge. There's more information that passes in it. It's like put this wall of information, and it's like removing and crumbling that wall down, and you start seeing these avenues of the old paths that lead to the knowledge and the information that we have hidden from. That wall has been put up. They have been lying to us for so long, and trying to tell people, oh no, aliens were never real. Bigfoot's not real. Sea monsters aren't real. They've been gone for a long time. Blah, blah, blah. Dinosaurs have been gone. But yet we haven't even explored the vastness of our Earth. They're finding in the Amazon rainforest that there were ancient cities thousands of years ago. But do you see when I'm talking that when you are able to look and realize that this stuff makes sense, it makes more sense to me and to a lot of people. Because as I said, I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. We are not the only ones out there looking for this knowledge and information. Something is beckoning us to deeper. We were meant for something more than what we have been told. This is all, it's a farce. It's a lie. It is a straight up deceit to reshape and make people be, do, act, say what they're being told, what they need to do. We're doing the crap that has been said for so long, and we believed it. That's all we knew. That's all that we've been told. When's the last time you went to space? I've never gone. The shit I see is what they put on TV. If we have been to fucking space, why are they not taking people to space? If we had the technology of building these rockets that were able to travel the so-called far distance, break through Van Allen belt, scientists and physicists say that it is impossible for us to live through. We would die. If the moon and the sun and all these planets are not in our atmosphere, how are we able to defy logic and then say we don't have that technology anymore? We just, the most important shit in the world, you would think somebody got fucking files written down somewhere, somebody got blueprints written up somewhere. This information and this knowledge of this tinfoil ship that they got to stand fucking the vacuum of space survived, and how they were able to make fucking phone calls from the Earth to the moon through the Van Allen belt with radiation, just deafening radiation, but yet we don't have that capability anymore. It does not make sense. Make it make sense to me, please. And then what they do now is they throw these people out there that are scientists. Let me look this one guy up, because I really respect him as a physicist. Sir, if I butcher your name, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I want to say his professor, he's Dr. Michio Kaku. Is that how you say Haku? Michio Kaku. So if I butchered it, sir, I'm sorry. I did not mean to. He is a physicist that I like listening to, because his knowledge and his ideas of what he puts out that about there are things that could not be or could be. But as I said, again, are these people put out in our view to just either go along with their narrative or say, hey, look, there's things that are out there that are much knowledge, there's knowledge in history out there that has been hidden and lied to us. You see people that are thrown in front of us, these doctors and these people who know everything. Oh, that is just a lie. Those are fairy tales. You know, history shows that people were burned for this stuff back in the day. And laughing about it and making it seem like, oh, it was just nothing. That these people who believed in the sorcery and magic and the reality of and the connection of the earth and the stars and the heavens that people had with that connected, they were demons. They were subjects of Satan. All this knowledge and information done, hidden, suppressed for thousands of years. Who we are, what we are, why we're here, why things are happening. Knowledge, information, things that would help humanity, that were given to humanity, and were then taken away. The knowledge was gone, removed from us. Well, we don't remember our past because we, this might blow your mind. This is crazy to think about. We are the past. We are the essence of our ancestors. And does not their blood run through our vein? Our essence and knowledge and everything that we were is in us right now. Because I am my father, I am my mother, and my mother is her father and mother, as well as my dad is his mother and father, and so on, and so on, and so on. It is a trip to think about because you look at it and it makes sense. We are clones of our father and our mother. We are just essence of them. The essence of who we are is them. The knowledge and the information that has been lost between the link of our genealogy from the beginning. Human beings. Because we're sitting here saying that Adam was created about 6,000 years ago, and you see these cities that surpass that by at least 7,000 years. So you're talking about a whole nother generation. Because we know that in the beginning, Cain left because he killed Abel and was marked because he came and he asked the gods, please, if I go down there, these people that know what I did, if they find out, they're going to kill me. So what did this God do with this creature, creator? He told him, you are banned from being here. You're going to leave. I will mark you like a brand, like a symbol to show that he belonged to another tribe. He branded this man because he killed his brother and he booted him out. And it says, even in the book of Genesis, just like it says in the book of the Anunnaki, in the Sumerian text of creation of Adamu, that was 6,000 years older than that the Bible got its stuff from, of creation. And it talks about the essence of man and him being the creation, the essence of their creation. He belonged to them. So they branded him, and he said, go out into the world and let anybody that sees you and sees my mark knows that you are not to be harmed or touched, basically. So you see my fucking cattle? Don't touch it. Why? Because it's got my brand on it. And if you do something to him, we're gonna deal with it. It's gonna be a problem. That makes more sense to me, because if it's saying that these beings created humankind, the Adamu generation, Cain left and went into the land of Nod, where there was a dwelling. There were people there in cities. Hello? That is what began my journey, I would say, as a child. And just the things were happening, and I was thinking about this stuff all my life. Something did not feel right. Something did not feel right with me. It was just something has been just drawing me to find this knowledge and this information, because everything that I believed growing up about aliens, creatures, werewolves, everything, the Yeti, the Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, whatever, the essence of what you think was fake, it just was like anything. The moon, space, life. Could there be a lot of things that have been happening or take place that has been suppressed from us? Mermaids. Oh, they're just things you see like in Peter Pan, and they got tails and they look like Ariel, and yada yada yada. Tartarian empires that had knowledge that was being way beyond us. You see these world fairs that they had back in the 1800s. Let me see if I can find one. I'll put it up for you. Here, look. Here. I'll go through them. And all right, let me. All right, let's see if it's going to go. I don't know if it is. Ah, there it is. I hate it when I have to do this stuff. See, why can't I be like these rich, famous guys and have production crews to do this? Team. All right, this is a famous picture of, I think it's, what is it, no, it's on the East Coast. San Francisco, 1915. That is what this picture is of. The World's Fair in San Francisco in 1960. Look at these grand buildings. Look at this. With electricity. And you see these old churches with bells and this architecture that is just, we can't replicate it. We can't. A lot of masonry workers, experts who look at a lot of these buildings and will literally say, I have no freaking clue. You think somebody's going to try and redo something as beautiful as this by hand? If you haven't seen the artwork today and the architecture of the day now, this right here is something that is beyond our capability, because you don't see people building anything like this. There was a reason and a purpose. These people had knowledge. They had information. Old world maps of Tartaria. Look. Grand Tartary. These are old maps, validated maps. Shows the vastness of this empire that is old. You know, Notre Dame. I believe that was a setup. That was one of the ways of information that they probably found inside of Notre Dame. What better way to get rid of evidence? Oh, it accidentally caught fire. I want to say something right now. I am in no way, shape, or form a threat or a harm to myself or anybody else, and I am not suicidal. So I like I said, I am not. All this stuff is for entertainment purposes and knowledge and information. But I mean, here, let's look at this one real quick. Jackson Park on the city's south side, where the World Columbian Exposition of 1893 was held. That building right there that you're looking at, right here, was from 1893, here in America. Come on, man, you ain't gonna find nobody gonna do that again. Look at all this. You are telling me that these World Fairs of 1893, okay, were just building these things and then tore the entire thing down? They just tore it down. Look at that. There's something going on here. There's a hidden knowledge that is far surpassed anything that we could think of now. And for whatever reason, the population's dumbed down, I guess, to keep people in the dark about what our capabilities, who we are, what we are. I mean, you had great minds. Nikola Tesla was trying to tell people about the power and the harnessing of knowledge and information and the energies that were all around us on this planet. That poor man was taken and hoodwinked and swindled his whole life, and all he was trying to do was make humanity better. With all the information that he was putting out about electricity and knowledge. Just messaging my mom at night. She's going to sleep. And it makes you think, like, if these people, I know the first show that I did was another subject that I love a lot, and it was about John Jacob Astor IV, and his book that he put out. Let me see. I'll look that up right now. Hold on. Okay, there it is. This is his book that he wrote in 1894. Here it is right here. 1894. There are digital copies that you can get online. If you do not have it or have not read it, I strongly urge you to do so. If you are like me or you're like other people to seek this information and knowledge and see it for yourself of the hidden information and knowledge that was suppressed from us and why it has been suppressed for so long. Let me read a passage from here real quick. It says, the classic been thoroughly painful threshed out, and it seems impossible that anything now or new can be unearthed. We may be equally performances of the past. We may equal the performances of the past, meaning we may be at the point of knowledge and information that was in the past. Okay. But there is no opportunity to surpass them or produce anything original. There is nothing that has been done now that is new, that has not been already done in the past. What we think we have now is nothing. They probably had way far more technological advances than what we could even think of. Even much vaunted mental training argument is beginning to pale. For would not anything equally difficult give us a good developing result? While by learning a live matter we kill two birds with one, there can be no question that there are many forces and influences in nature whose existence was as yet little more than. How much more interesting it would be if instead of reiterating our past achievements, the magazines and the literature of the period should devote their consideration to what we do not know. It is only through investigation and research that inventions come. Are you hearing me? This man wrote this in 1894. It is only through investigations, meaning seeking out knowledge of something from the what? The past, folks. From the past. And research that inventions come. We may not find what we are in search of, but we may discover something of perhaps greater moment. It is probable that the principal glories of the future will be found in as yet but little trodden paths, and as of Professor Cortlandt just says at the close of his history, next to religion, we have most to hope for from science. And these are the chapters in the book. And if you haven't read it or looked into it, like I said, you should. If you are have a lot of thought of, just like I said, this path that we're on, this journey of knowledge and seeking this hidden information, and not just this, but throughout other things and different religions and different cultures and how they think have been told to them, and the knowledge that they're passing down, and the information that is connected to every other religion and culture in this world. The sayings that they're trying to portray and teach people have been distorted in a way, and been suppressed and been told one way. You got to do this, or this is real and this is not. And the old ways are telling us that we need to realize that there's something more to the story of what we have been told. I mean, this is awesome. I think this right here, let me see if I can put this in the comments. Okay. I think it will come up to it. Let me see. Hopefully it does. But yeah, is there anybody, that wants to hop on, say hello, jump on? You got questions, you got thoughts, you got um, anything that you're thinking about you want to share with everybody? We are live, and don't be shy if you want to come on and you would like to join. Let me see. Invite a guest. Okay, I'm going to put the code in, and you guys should see it popping up right now on YouTube and Facebook. Um, yeah, so I mean, feel free to join me here and you know give some questions. um, it's a lot. It's a lot of information and knowledge and just thought process, and I think, like his book says, I mean, he goes into everything. And it's just mind blowing. And there's things in here he's talking about that we are doing now. So that tells you that this stuff that we have, this is not new. This is old. It is probably something that was done in the past, which is why we see these videos of these people that are being leaked of could they possibly be talking on phones, or could they possibly, yes, I posted a video of them talking about having radios. They would hook it up to a fire hydrant, wrap this copper coil around it, and we're able to talk on radios to other people. Hey, this is what's going. It was generating the force of electricity around it, the radio waves, and it worked. Let me see if I can find a picture. I'm telling you, it's insane. A lot of stuff. I mean, Nikola Tesla was even showing it and proving it to people and doing demonstrations. Talking about the harnessing of electricity on the planet and using radio waves and being able to talk to people in long distances and projecting images. It's insane. It's really mind-blowing. And to know that our children are less taught about things that are important, like ancient history and cultures that have been hidden and lost, and the information of who we are, and the reality of the scope of our life as human beings on the planet is more than what we have been told, or more than what has been given out to the public. Meaning unity. Why does it have to be us or you or them? Why can't it just be all of us that are fighting to survive and live on this, who are suppressing us and keeping us down? What better way to back than to gain the knowledge of what and who we are and why we are here, and understanding that there are people that are trying to keep this from us for a reason. I believe that it is they are suppressing it because they know if people get this knowledge and this information out and it is given to the society, and the ones that understand that consciously, with every essence, with every being of our essence, that this knowledge and information that is going to advance humanity can do so, but this stuff is being harnessed and used for profit and gain and godlyhood and being rulers over their subjects. It is nothing that has not happened. The dominion of kings goes back far, And do you think that this has stopped now? Are we not subservient to these people who are saying, we are the rulers of you? You must do what we tell you, or else go to work, get your butt up. Do you see what I'm saying? It is the same thing that happened in the ancient Sumerian text. You had these rulers that were here that were had dominion over humanity. Gilgamesh is one of them. But society rose up. They got tired of a lot of the crap that was happening, revolted. They didn't want to deal with it, so a cataclysm or a catastrophe came and wiped these societies out. Jumping back into what Dolores Cannon was saying, what I was saying about her actually, in some of her books and some of her lectures, she talks about these therapy sessions that people go through, and they relive these old past lives. And it is not just one person, it's other people that have witnessed, because they are reincarnated as somebody else, and they keep going through these lives, and they talk about the experience of having to go through their version of heaven, or going into the universe. And she says, it's really crazy. She was like, would you throw your children in the oven because they did something bad? And I don't know, maybe that's a bad analogy, because some people have done it, but she was saying, would you do that? Would you throw them into a barbecue pit or something, or do something like that because they did something wrong? That's your child. You're supposed to love that child, nurture that child, and be protecting that child, not harming it and destroying it. You just sat there making this child for 9 months, and then you're going to destroy it? You've cared for them all their life. You said you would take care of them, and you would love them, and you would be there for them. You would welcome them with arms. She says, through all my research and studies that I've known, I have never heard anybody say anything about a hell. And we know this because it correlates with what has been researched in the old books and the old scribes of the religions and the cultures around the earth. The essence of who we are and what we are is more than what we have been told, because it is being suppressed from us. That these people talk about us as going into the ether, the earth, the universe, going back to the essence of God, the Creator. We are here on this earth, put here to be able to experience life, the knowledge and the gaining of the wisdom that is being shared and given, and that we are to witness and experience life. This life, a life. It's like living in an avatar. And then you come back and you're like, man, this is an experience. Look at the stuff I did. And they show you your life from the moment you're born to the moment you die. And you see the good and the bad things that you've ever done in your life. They ask you, what did you learn? There's people that have said that when they watched it and they realized that Earth is hell. Earth is hell. Because right now we are in it. We are experiencing the pain. We are experiencing the stress. We are experiencing the death. We are experiencing the pressure. We are experiencing all these harsh things in life. This life of learning. And the essence of who we are is fighting to survive and learn all of this stuff, to gain wisdom and knowledge of what it is to be alive, to be who we are. And after we have done gathering that, when our time is gone, we return back to it, say, man, I learned about this stuff. I learned about, love, hate, pain, all this stuff. I messed up on a lot of these things that some of these things that I would really like to go back and fix. I need to change it. So these people talk about going through this whole system of afterlife. And it is mind boggling because it's not just her. There are other people who have been doing this way before her, and she's been doing it for over 40 years. She has even brought scientists in to come and see what was happening or what they were saying or what they were doing. That movie, The Fourth Kind, where their therapists are sitting there talking, that is what that is. It's bringing up memories that you forget about, that have been suppressed, that you think of. When you're in this therapy, you're able to experience it and go back to it. I was this person. This happened. This is how I lived. This is how I died. This was the ancient knowledge. This was this. She's got books of Jesus and the Essenes. She's got books on Nostradamus, how they broke down where people that have gone through her hypnotherapy have missed a lot of the things that he said. And a lot of the things that they were saying were correlating to what was happening or going to happen now. It made me think a lot about it because, as I said before, it is nothing that I am not like just diving into this stuff and just going, I guess I'll just look at this today. It has been a thought process of looking into a lot of things that have hit home to me. Because, as I said, I have always had that inkling in my mind, excuse me, that something was amiss. Something was going on. I just could not put my hand on it for the life of me. And I really didn't know how to go about it. I mean, I'm here, I'm 6 years old, 5 years old, I think, is when I started having these thoughts about, these experiences in my dreams. And I would share it with my mom and my dad. And, at the time, what are you going to say? I mean, your parents are young. They're hearing your son talking about these weird things that he's seeing. Him flying around out of his body and seeing everybody outside and then in the house and my mom cooking or whatever. My dad sitting on the couch watching TV. But I'm in my room and I'm asleep doing this stuff. And I explain it to them. But, you're a child and parents don't want to hear this crap. It's like, it's just your imagination. Experiencing this stuff and then hearing other people who have experienced a lot of this stuff, the same thing I have. It's like you're not alone, but it's like, people don't want to hear it. It's not based on what they conceive as what they've learned, what they have been told. And it really hit home for me because, like I said, I felt it all my life. I wanted to know more. There's got to be something else that is going on. Like, it was just something that was just around, that was just like talking and helping me and was like pushing me to look. Ask my parents. I would sit there and look through the whole Bible and go through it. Read it. Talk to them and ask them questions about who is this? I would literally sit there. Who is Noah? Who is Adam? Who is Cain? I would be like detailed. I wanted to know who these people were. Well, who were these people that came before Adam and Eve? What do you mean? Well, it says that when Cain was sent out of Eden, or his parents, Adam and Eve were out of Eden, but they were in the area of where it was, and he got cast out for killing his brother. And he left and he goes to the land of Nod and he's meeting these people and he gets married and he has a family. I was like, who are these people? And I remember, I'll never forget it. I was 6 and I asked 7. We were living in Germany at the time. My dad was stationed there, and we were at a Baptist church in Vilseck, Germany. So shout out to any people that are living in Vilseck right now that are probably watching this, or anybody that has lived in that area. It's a beautiful place. And the Baptist church that we were going to was, I think, it was called like Vilsack Baptist Harmony or something, or services or whatever. The military, the chaplain, and a lot of military personnel. Their wives were, giving Sunday school and stuff, and I remember just sitting there and we were talking about stuff, and they were, they were talking about children's, stories out of the Bible, and I would just go off asking them about all these questions about, well, this person, did you know that this, and that, and I'll never forget them going and telling my mom, like, in services, like, your son, like, is just talking about all of this stuff, and it's really crazy because what is a child his age doing, knowing so much about this stuff, or being interested in it so deeply that he is like, I would literally sit there and write it out or draw it. But I always had an inkling in me that this was not, it was just giving me a portion of the information. It wasn't everything. So that started on my knowledge of seeking things, aliens, cryptids, are these stories, ancient history, culture. And when I got into the military myself is when it really hit me. Then I started looking into the supernatural and the paranormal and ancient history and ancient knowledge and ancient cultures. Because going around and being in these different countries, you're able to experience it. You're able to go out and look at these things and ask questions and get the information from the source of what they know, what's being told to them, how it came about that their culture tells this story of that has been told all over the world of creation, or these beings, or the paranormal, or anything that is supernatural in nature, or extraterrestrial in nature, or ancient knowledge and culture, or just things that have been told and passed down that has been suppressed from them. And learning this stuff about the afterlife and the things that they say or they represent in their culture about being a part of the universe, and all of us being like avatars, learning and gaining knowledge of this information that is being given to us by these passed down from these ancient keepers of this knowledge that have been here trying to come and help bring this knowledge, that have been wise enough and have the wisdom to be able to teach us and try and guide humanity in a way that is give us this knowledge and give us this information, try and better humanity. But somewhere along the line it got lost, got distorted. Somebody came through and screwed something up and did. So you see these catastrophes or these cultures going into the earth and into the ground. In Turkey, they got the largest underground cavern system that is able to sustain up to 20, like thousands of people underground. And they built this, and it's old. It's like 12,000 years old. They've carbon dated it back. It's old. It's mind baffling, and it may look at a lot of things, question everything. And the thing asking my mom all this information about the church and gathering all this stuff and just experiencing things that had happened when I was younger, the dreams I was having about the stuff I was seeing that made sense, being able to see or experience things while I was asleep, and for people that believe in you being able to project yourself and being able to be in spirit and experience the dimension of the essence of what is really going on that we don't see or we don't experience. I really tripped out and would tell my parents, I'm like, what is going on? Like, it will really scare me. And I remember telling my mom when I was younger, I'm gonna die to you. I'm not gonna be an old man. I remember telling my mom, I'm not gonna be an old man. And she looked at me and she was like, "What did you say?" And I said, "I'm gonna die a young man. I'm not gonna be old." And she said, "Don't you ever say that. You hear me? Don't you ever say that." I remember her holding me and she was like, "I love you, and you're gonna be old, and you're gonna have grandkids and you're gonna be a great grandfather, you know." And I'm just like, I'm little. I remember this, and I tell her about that all the time. You know, it's jokingly doing it, but it's like, whose kids ever say that? Like, you know. So fast forward, as I said, I get into the military and go to combat. I come back and find out from my aunt that I look just like one of my ancestors, my relatives that died in World War II. He was the same age I went to combat, and yeah, he died in France at the same age I was when I was in combat, where I almost died. You know, a lot of things happen that any of my friends that are out there that want to talk or say anything about their experience, I think that we should try to get together and see if we can get a collection or a collective of the things that we went through and experienced. And just our military background of who we are and what we experienced that changed us, that changed our life. But I find out that this stuff was happening. Okay, so this person who looks just me that I was having thoughts of being when I was little, and he's the same age that I was, that experience boundary at the same time in a different, it's his time back in World War II. Now it's fast forward to the same time, surviving and now experiencing this life essence that I have been experiencing since that time of his ending, and I'm continuing now. And it made sense to me. And I bring it up and I tell my mom, that's just how I perceive it because of the things that I've researched and I've looked into and I've listened to from these researchers who have been doing this stuff for a long time, and just the ancient knowledge in the texts that correlate along the same lines of what they're saying, that we do not die. We live on. Our essence of who we are as human beings, our spirit, our soul, our consciousness, self-consciousness, is something that surpasses this. This is just an experience from life to death, from birth to death, of who we are, and the knowledge that we retain and that we pass on to our children, so that way they can progress the future and make things better. And it has just been that way since our generations could go all the way back. We're screwing up. That's enough. Gotta fix it. Generations are coming and going, and we're still screwing things up. We are not getting it right. Everybody is on putting to do things to make things better within their realm of life. And when we die and we leave here, we go and the collective universe, where a lot of people, like I said, not just the Lord, but other researchers are saying from the information that they're getting from people who have either been hypnotized or have been gone through this repression therapy and experiencing a lot of this stuff from different walks of life, from different continents, from different cultures, experiencing this stuff. And knowledge and information that they're saying that there is more to what we've been told. There's more to what we are. There's more to what has been given to us that has been told not real. It is just a tactic to just dissolve our collective being of knowing that we are eternal. And just the experience of life, if we would understand that this is a test, this is our hell, we are living through it. Crazy, horrible things happen in this world. We experience it. It hurts. You cry. You feel pain. You get angry. You get pissed off. You get ticked. We make our choices and our decisions, and we choose our fates. But that fate is not set because we are still on a path to change it. To change it. To make it better. To do something right about it. To either suppress the information and keep it from the people, or to give it out to them and let it be known. This is what we have. This is what has been going on. We know this to be facts. We know this to all be lies. These things were told to us to keep suppressed and keep the knowledge away from human beings. We have been using all of this stuff, this ancient knowledge and technology, to research things that could benefit, or we can militarize it and use it to defend our nations. You're either going to use it for the right way, or you're going to use it for the wrong way and make profit and still keep it from people and hurt them. If people only knew a lot of the things that whistleblowers, or do their research or look into this stuff that people are sitting there saying, oh man, are theorists. And I hate saying that word, conspiracy theorists, because it's something that was put in there in the 1960s to make people who are doing what we're doing now look like we were nuts or crazy or stupid or give false information. Dr. Stephen Greer, thank God for him. If you're watching this, or you get a chance to, or you hear about it, thank you for your work. Thank you for your work. That man has been putting in work since the early 90s, late 80s. And longer. But his journey on getting this declassification of information has really struck this man hard. And he has kept the faith, and he has kept the course, and he has kept pushing forward to be able to give this knowledge and bring it out to a lot of people. And I just want to say, just following him and listening to him, thank him for being so strong and getting that information out to a lot of us and helping us realize and open our eyes to what is really being done and what has been suppressed to generations for a long time now. And Dolores Cannon, like I said, for her doing her research and doing her things on this suppression therapy sessions, and this seeking of knowledge that she's doing to get as much as she can about things that are going on. And just Billy Carson, all these people who are doing all this stuff that are out there, that are, they're up there, they're doing their thing, and they're getting this information out there, they're getting this knowledge, and they're able to be and go to places that people I might not ever, I'm probably not going to be able to do, or go to a lot of this stuff. I don't have the means to do it. But you can still go to the library and get information on it. You know what I mean? It's the seeing it, touching it, and experiencing it for yourself. It's like reconnecting, and your body connects with it. It's like you tap into it somehow. Because I've always been drawn to history. Always. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I have always loved it and had a fascination for the past. I've always had a fascination for sci-fi movies. I love things like that. When Terminator came out, that was one of my favorite movies. RoboCop, still one of my favorite movies. And I love it because I dive into the past, this ancient stuff in the past, and things that have happened, and seeing, these minotaurs, or watching what is it? Jason and the Argonauts. Greek mythology and history, and just ancient history in general. And diving into that stuff really, you know, like I said, I just, there was always a drive. There was always something that I was looking for and finding it and researching it and it fitting because it makes sense to me. It really does. It really makes sense to me. And sharing that knowledge and that information with everybody on the podcast, I really, I'm thankful that I am able to do it. It's really cool stuff. I thank all of you, and I thank my wife for pushing me and getting me off of my butt to do it. But you know, she really saw the interest I had and the drive because I, like I said, it was just something I just couldn't figure it out. But it's still, you know, still looking, still searching, still getting more and more information, and it's making sense. But like I said, that's just me. You know, that's just me. Um, I know a lot of, like I said, I know a lot of people probably don't. People don't care. It's like, I just wake up in the morning and do my thing, go to work. If you guys would like to come on, or so you guys are watching this and you're seeing this and you'd like to get onto the podcast, let me know. I'm going to be on here. So let me see. All right. So I'm putting an invite out there. So if you get it, you guys see it. Um, that's where I meant to put stupid thing. Technology, man. Yeah, if you guys want to come on live, let me know. I put the link in there. If you guys tag it, uh, click on it, it'll go through. It should. All right, cool. Yeah, it's on there. So, like I said, I mean, just this everything that has gone on, and just realizing and seeing what has happened or what is going on, and just kind of like, you know, when you see these other people who have been doing this for so long, or have been researching, or have been into us, looking into this stuff for so long, they always say, you know, it's like putting putting, you know, taking off these blinders and seeing things that I see all the time, but I don't see them the same. It's different now. How it is not what we remembered it to be, because we can remember how things were when we were growing up, and we were blind to the fact of, you know, the reality that is real. I am not ready for my sight to go. So I'm enjoying this moment as much as I can. Um, you know, I just, like I said, I enjoy talking about a lot of the subject matter that I talk about, and I like diving into the supernatural, and I love getting into ancient knowledge. Graham Hancock, he's another person that if you ever get to see this show, sir, I appreciate your work that you're doing. Many blessings to you and your family. I know it's got to be something that you're trying to get this information out, and you're trying to do it with the time that you have, and make sure that you get as much of the information that needs to be brought out about ancient technology and ancient knowledge, and just ancient cultures that have been forgotten over time. and we are not able to experience those things because, like I said, we were not meant, or we do not have means of being able to travel all over the world and um, experience this stuff. I mean, wow, how crazy it would be just to be able to get up and uh, see the world, go see all these things, touch some of these monuments firsthand. You know what I mean? That's got to be cool because I mean, I have to work things with my hands. I have to figure them out, and to be able to feel the energy from these locations, knowing what you know, it's got to be life changing. It's got to be life altogether. I mean, but I know we've been all over the place on this episode. Today's the Big 40. We did the 40th episode. Yeah, cool stuff. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. I was trying. Thank you. Probably getting a bunch of that, a bunch of laughing. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's just one of those things where um, if you guys want to come on, you guys got a question, you want to talk, you want to say anything, uh, yeah, links out there. You guys should be able to get them. Should be getting them right now. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I think individually it hits people and they realize it and they experience it and they are able to be aware of it and they are seeing things differently than what they used to see, and they are doing things differently by making these choices, I guess, making the right decisions, or just at least retaining the knowledge of the experiences that they are living within this life. And that's why I said when I did my last episode about reincarnation and just talking about stuff in the afterlife and what we all know. And I really wish I would have taken the time or just had enough sense to um, get information from my grandmother because like I said, she was a knowledge source. Um, that is what I would want to have uh, and be able to do all over again is ask her more information. Who are we? Where did we come from? What did you experience? What are the things you saw in your lifetime that really were drastically life altering? That you remember these memories that you were happy about that really changed your life. Getting that knowledge from them and asking them is something that I wish I would have done. I wish I would have asked more questions. I wish I would have said, tell me everything you can about growing up. I wish I would have met my grandfather. I wish I would have been able to meet him and talk to him and be able to see him and have that figure in my life with my grandfather and being able to gain that knowledge and just wisdom that he had of experiencing his life and growing up and the knowledge that was given to him or the stories or whatever that was passed on to him from his family. This stuff is knowledge. And there is even more knowledge waiting out there, brought out to us that we have not even on the surface yet, that we have not even looked into and fully got out. We know bits and pieces here and there, but it's like there is nothing that has been full blown given to society, the human race, about our ancient past, our knowledge base, our sophisticated technologies that we're able to harness or we're given. All this stuff, it's amazing. It's really cool stuff. But yeah, seems like everybody's probably out doing stuff. I don't know. Am I? I think I am. I don't know. I gotta. I gotta try and see if I can get it. No. Uh, no. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's happening in LA and all over the world right now. I mean, huh. So I'm guessing that they are finding the person who is responsible for this. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. It's good. Like I said, it's going to be very interesting to see what is going on. Yes, let me see. Sure, sure. I will put it on Facebook right now. See it. All right. I think I'm on there right now. All right, no, I'm not. Huh? Holy smokes! I got to get this going. But anyway, um, yeah. I mean, there are things that I wish I would have done and connected with them and got more information on them because it's like they are our past. What they know is what they know of. It can be um, our knowledge of non, and somewhere down the line that got stopped. If we didn't take a chance to get that information from them and ask them, hey, I wish would have asked you or asked them about anything, all the stuff that I'm talking about now. How did we get, who are we? Our culture, our family, the important things, the sad things, the moments that made us who we are. Um, that's what I wish I would have did with my, grandparents and my aunts and uncles, and just talked with them and shared, things with them and got from them. Um, like I said, I wish I would have done it. Um, I wish I would have been able to um, do it more um, and talk to them. I wish I would have been able to have those moments to do that. And with my aunts and uncles now, my cousins are watching this. That's what I would like to do is get that information from them and talk to them. Sweet, it is connected. Says it's offline. Gone. There it is. Sweetness. Um, it is. Let me see. Yeah. All right. Let me see. There it is. Sweet. Good stuff. Um, but yeah, this wildfire stuff and everything that's going on, it just seems like, there's, I mean, I know there's a lot of theories going, it could have been started and it was done on purpose. I don't know, man. It's bad. I'm just, sending as much hope and vibes that I can out that way because, I mean, like I said on my post, these poor people are being affected by this, and they are the ones that are suffering for it. While you've got these leaders who are saying, well, there was a big mistake, and actually it's your guys' fault that we don't have any water, and if the fire burns down your property, you've only got yourself to blame. And they're not doing anything about it, and they're sitting here and they are just reaping the rewards because now there's multi-billion-dollar deals going through to make LA a new there's already thoughts of rebuilding it. Are we not seeing the erasing of history? I'm pretty sure that a lot of things that they wanted to get rid of are gone. Gone. What better way to hide your tracks? Oh, this person's house burned down. They were a famous actor, but they're tied to certain shady things that are going on, and all of a sudden their property gets burned up. You know what I mean? Or things were storages or whatever information that did not need to get into anybody's hands. Well, let's burn all of it. We'll make it look like arson. It'll be staged up. You just need to keep going along with your script, doing what you're doing, and if people ask you questions, just tell them you're trying to fix it. Now they're throwing a narrative of it's these people because they used up all the water, when President Trump and all these other people are coming on and saying, you're wrong, you're lying. You actually did this. That we just get duped and lied to and just told all this baloney. And people fall for it. I don't know. It's just, it's mind-boggling that we have gotten to this point where we have through conflicts with other countries for doing exactly what our country is doing to us. Suppressing its people. Invading their privacy. Breaking the very Constitution right in front of our faces. And telling us it's our fault. And even trying to remove altogether parts of what makes us free. But people just, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I think we should just all wear masks. I think we all should just get some shot. They don't know what the fuck is in it. But they're telling us it's good. It's got to be. They're the government, right? Wow. Yeah, I think we should do it. Yeah, I think I should just turn in my mom. She's one of those fanatics that doesn't believe in all this stuff. She's probably spreading the virus. Oh wait, yeah, here it is. The news is coming out saying that people that are they're probably more likely to spread it and die and infect everybody because they're not following along with what we're telling you. It's sad. Oh, Hollywood's on fire. Maui's on fire. The people back home in my home state are suffering. They're still waiting to get help. Everybody fucking forgot about them. North Carolina is still in devastation over what just happened, but all of a sudden we've got a fire. You know what I mean? Oh, more information coming out about P. Diddy. Nobody cares. We got people dying and suffering. The president just sent what, $25 billion to Ukraine? What about the people? What's going on with that? Why are we not taking care of people? He's such a great man. People are doing the best ever. But people are literally being murdered and killed. And they're dying. All because of a plan. If we can't get people to do it by asking them, get them scared. Get them to be afraid. Get them to understand that we are here to help them. We are going to make it better. We are going to protect you. We are going to make it right. We are the ones that you need to be looking to. We're the saviors. That's what it comes down to. And it, like I said, this is just me. I'm not telling you that this is your truth and this is how it should be for you. For those who are doing a lot of soul searching and looking out at what is really happening in the world and life and the bigger scope of reality to us that we are unfolding and we are finding it, we are sharing it with people, and we are putting it out there, and we are letting people know. And for everybody else who's out there that is doing this, that is putting information out and uncovering and pulling back the curtain to see and reveal what is really been going on and is really happening in the world, trying to show people through media that we need to wake up. We really need to start talking about, because they were talking about this. They were warning us. We are going to be the very destruction of ourselves, our technology, the government, the rulers that we are putting in place over us that are telling us, elect us and we will take care of you. But we're not getting taken care of. What's going on? This is starting to be visibly right in front of our faces. They're not scared to do things anymore, it seems. They are not scared to tell you, oh, here's another virus. You guys got to start doing this stuff, shutting down business. And then if you don't listen to what we're saying, there's going to be ramifications. Okay. What is going on? Fires in Maui burnt a majority of land that was valuable to some people that wanted it. There were things that were there that now these people are coming in and trying to build on it. And there's people who died, folks. People in North Carolina, they lost their life due to a natural disaster. But it's really ironic how this natural disaster just happens to happen where these companies are wanting to get these minerals out of the earth. And have been wanting to for a long time, but they couldn't do it. But now that you've got a natural disaster coming in and just wiping everything out, supposedly, now that just nullifies everything. That nullifies the whole deal. It shuts it down. Now they can come in there and it's free domain. So, like, we're not seeing what is happening in front of us. LA is under investigation. Hollywood is under investigation right now. A lot of people are legitimately looking for their way out, and this was just given to them. It was just made possible right in front of our faces to get rid of evidence, of things, to hide things, to conceal things, all in the name of sacrificing people. And if your house got in the way, we're sorry. Tough shit. Oh, I'm calling the president right now. Look, he's not answering. Of course he's not. He's probably sitting there staring out the window somewhere. Sir, the phone is ringing. Kamala's crying in the corner somewhere, talking about boo-hooing. She didn't win the presidency, so screw everybody. Why is California not getting the help they need? Come on, folks. You think this damn thing can't be stopped? The military's got C-30s. Why isn't the military helping them take care of this? Why are assets not being ascertained or taken and used to help utilize them to help fight? Why was this could be taken care of? They could have been helped, but they're not. Why? Why are we seeing tragedies happen all over and nothing is being done about it? What's going on? You got to see it for a big picture. That's what I see. Like I said, I just want everybody to know, I'm not telling you that this is your truth, but I'm just putting the information out there. Take it however you will. But as I said, it seems to me like with other people too as well, when you start putting pieces together, it's like, it's not just because they might be hiding things, and I believe that is true. That is they just got rid of all the evidence, all of it. You think they're going to be going in there right after the fire's out, and it's going to get bulldozed, it's going to get freaking tore down, it's going to be collected, it's going to flatten out, shit's going to be burnt to a crisp, gone. Nobody's ever going to find anything. Right? And all these people, these poor innocent people that were just in the way, in the area, they're just casualties of something that was put in works by a man who is in control of a very state that all this corruption is going on in, with his help, with their help, I should say. It's not even his, it's theirs. That's what I'm trying to say, is it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? It's jacked up. But anybody who is watching, who is out there, who is supporting the podcast, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys, man, for real. I appreciate everybody, all the followers of the podcast on the channel. If you guys haven't, There it is. Thank you all. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for everybody that's following and giving me feedback and talking. But as I said, I mean, you've got a bunch of people out here who are trying to get knowledge and information out to the masses, and this is a great way of doing it. And it's one way we're going to end up utilizing it. We are trying to get it out there because people are so plugged in now. People are so plugged in and are centralized in their world on their phone, and it's like it's the best way to get the information and the knowledge. Like I said to everybody else who is out there, who is following, who's a seeker of the unknown, a seeker of knowledge, a seeker of wisdom, a seeker of the hidden information that they have always felt a connection to, a drive to, a push to learn and try and find. All of you who are out there seeking, as I said before, you are not alone. I always thought I was alone. I always thought, I'm not going to be, people are just going to laugh at me. They're going to think, oh man, this dude is nuts. He's a conspiracy theorist. Did you think something so idiotic like that? Before, when I started this, I have never been to space. I have never been to the depths of the ocean. I have never left this planet. So I don't know anything about any of that except for what we have been told, what we have grown up on. That's it. And that's probably 99% of us. We do not know what we do not know. We only know what we have been told, or for some people, what they have seen. Now, if you have seen, or you have been told, or you witnessed something that has made you look at something and go, holy crap, this has just changed everything that I've been told. It blows it out of the water. It alters your life forever. And it starts making sense to you when you see it happening, or you understand why it's happening, or why. But digging and getting the deeper truth and getting to the root of it, and filling yourself with the knowledge of what is happening, I think that, to me, if you are out there and you're seeking and you're doing the same thing by trying to find this knowledge and seek it out, you are not alone. There are many people out there who are into the psychology, who are into the paranormal, who are into Ben Wallace. Is that his name? I'm so sorry. Wallace. I'm so sorry. I said Bill Wallace or something. Stupid. Paul Wallace. I started looking at him and researching him and looking at his videos and his stuff. Like I said, with looking at the Apocrypha that was left out of the canonized version of the Bible, and looking into spiritualism and looking into meditation and the aspect of death and life and karma and reincarnation and the past life regret, and just seeing all of this stuff, it just started making sense. And looking into the ancient knowledge and looking to the ancient cultures and the information that they were putting out and the information that they were sharing, it made sense to does, I'm pretty sure, with a lot of the people, or a lot of the people who are sharing it or are feeling it, that don't have an outlet like a podcast to put their emotions and their thought process out there. That's why I made this. I wanted people to be able to come out and talk about their experiences, share their ideas, and share what they were witnessing or how they felt all their life. Because, like I said, this isn't nothing new for me. This is something I have been dealing with all my life. And to be able to share it with other people, that is what I'm happy about. Because we're all in this together. I mean, we are all experiencing this life on this planet, on this plane, together. We're all going to live and we're all going to die. We're all born. And at one point, we're going to be gone. There is more to who we are and what we are after we are gone, and the very essence of what we are. I watched this video of this man. He was saying, okay, now listen, people will tell you that there is no soul or there is no body, or that this is just a body, and when you die, we are gone. There is no anything inside of you that is any different. You're just this. So he's saying, okay, you ever sit there and you're talking in the kitchen, you're like, God damn it, where are my keys at? And in your head, you're talking, you're going, man, and you can hear yourself talk in your head without moving your mouth. But this is not you. What is in here is you, of you, your spirit. Because if I close my mouth and I look at something or I talk about something, take a moment. Do it right now. I want everybody, if you're watching this, to try this. I want you to think of what color my shirt is, but don't say it out. What color is this shirt? Because I'm doing it right now. I'm saying it in my head. Now, if I am me and I am alive and I am able to voice my words out of my mouth, why that if I have to hear myself, I have to speak it? But when I close my mouth and I don't say anything verbally, I can hear my voice telling me. Spider or something called them. I can hear myself saying that the shirt is red in my voice. Just like if I close my mouth and I look at the, like I said, if I'm thinking about something and I'm after talking, damn it, where did I lose my keys? What do I got to do tomorrow at work? Don't forget to buy this at the store. And you're saying it in your head. But I'm not moving my mouth. What is doing this stuff, what you are hearing, what you are witnessing when you think about doing something and making choices or having a conversation about an idea or an invention or whatever is going on with you, the essence of you. Because this that we see aging, we're getting white hairs and we're getting older, this is going to be gone. But this is alive and it's going to live forever. Because I know that if we take a moment to think about a lot of things that we don't focus on, that makes us who we are, and look where we have been and understand we are just one moment. One, in the grand scope of the bigger things that are happening in this world with us. And I think that the people who are in LA and across the world even that have gone through tragic incidences and have not been helped should really wake up and understand what is really happening. Your very essence of who you are is being erased. They are getting rid of a lot of people. That's a lot of people that are going to be misplaced out of homes, that are not going to have anything, that are going to be gone. And it's not coming back. You can't get your picture back. You can't get your birth certificate, wedding certificate, marriage certificate, whatever. Historical photos, historical memories, historical information, documents from the government, documents about the city, documents about historical things that happened in LA, artifacts that were in museums, whatever got burned. It's gone. You're not going to get it back. And the people that said they were going to help you, your insurance, the government, they ain't going to help you. And all this time you've been giving your money to them every month. They're going to find a way to screw all these poor people out. And it's sad. It's sad. I really, really hope that they get the help that they need, because they need it. Nobody should be denied the right to life and liberty. Nobody. If you have something that is going to save you, make it right. They should be doing it right now. And they're not. With any of them. What we are witnessing right now is a great reset. These people are trying to get rid of who we are. Population. They're trying to minimize it, do whatever they can. Well, the fucking last virus didn't work, so I guess we better get another one. We better get it going. This time, I think we're just going to have to do them just like we did China, where we lock them in their houses and bolt them in there. And they're only able to come out at certain times. You need to be in your house at 4 o'clock until 7 o'clock in the morning. You're able to come out. You heard it right here. Just saying. Let me know what happens when it happens. My wife got me west up. It's a alien ship. I don't know if you can see it. And then it's got like the country, and there's like an alien chilling. And it's got a speaker at the bottom. You listen to some music. She knows me well. I'm a nerd. But I love cool ancient stuff. I love learning mysteries and trying to figure this out. And, you know, I really wish that a lot of people would, you know, realize that this world is you know, something else, and it is an experience that I think that we are only seeing partial bits and pieces of, because it is, like I said, I mean, it's the suppression, it's the not getting the information that we need, it is the blatant disrespect for life, our liberties, our well-being, our posterity, our future. We are literally seeing the eradication and the minimalizing of our population right in front of our face. The submission of giving up your freedoms in the name of false freedom, false hope, a false lie, scaring you and scaring all of us. manipulating us into giving away something, our freedom, our rights, to scare us into going or doing something. Well, we got to go to war now. There ain't no turning back. For those of us who are alive, we remember 9/11. And those of us who signed up to go fight because of 9/11, we see it for what it is now. We see it for why it was all played out. Those of us who truly see what is going on. We see that this was a vast setup. Hold on real quick. We see it as a means to do and justify something that the government needed to do. And I do not regret my time serving with my fellow brothers. I love each and every one of them. Those are the ones that are still in. God bless you. Godspeed. I wish you all the best. Please come home safe wherever you're at. And I hope you're well. All of the people who had given their life, the family members who sacrificed family members in the name of this false freedom and this false narrative, I truly, my heart hurts for you. No reason why those men and women should have died the way they did, for a reason the way they did. And I think it was all a means to an end, to get something be taken care of and eradicated and hidden, or look over here while we go over here and do what we're doing and take all this stuff, this information, this land, everything, and we do what we can do because they wouldn't let us come in the first time. We asked, they said no. Okay, well, we're gonna fucking bomb you. We're gonna get our way to get into this conflict, get into the war. No fucking reason. It's just lies after lies after lies, false narrative, false flag ops that are going on. Things that are being done that should not even be taking place. Patriot Act, for Christ's sake. I swear, if we could go back, if we could go back in time and change something, I would change. Pearl Harbor, I would change 9/11. I would try and change things that were put in place to make us falsely look at something and do a reason for doing harm to some other country in the false name of a lie. Vietnam, because my uncles fought Vietnam, and they've gone through it just like I had to go through it, losing friends or getting shot at, fighting for your life. Some fucking country not here, while the real enemy is right here in our homeland. These people who say they take care of us, who are for America, for human rights, human liberties, and human justice. And it's not just here, it's all over the place, and it's really sad to see that we are watching what we are experiencing this. I never would have thought the day would come when all happening that we're seeing. It just, I can't believe it. I look at it and I think to myself, man, what is going on? Is this real? Like, I'm literally, I'm just waiting to it being, oh, this, nah. It was all a joke. It's not real, but what I'm watching, what you see people saying on it and blaming us. You're the problem. No, I'm not. No, yes, you are. it happens so much that you start going, yeah, maybe it was that. I guess, it could make sense. Yeah, I think that's true. I think you're right. It is my fault. When are we going to stop saying, okay, I'm going to fall for this crap and start looking into the bigger picture here? And as I said at the beginning of this podcast, a lot of us feel that way about everything: the ancient knowledge, the ancient architecture, the ancient cultures, the history that was erased and hidden from us, everything. The truth about religion, the truth about alien life and extraterrestrials on other planets and then other civilizations, the truth about ancient cultures that were well more advanced than what we are. There is nothing here on this earth that is new, that has done in the past. And we are not even the tip of the iceberg of where they were and the capabilities that they had. We have ancient scripts in the Vedas talking about these galactic wars they had, and they were fighting in these Vimanas that were given to them by these sky gods. They gave them the knowledge. There's even dimensions of it. People have built them and flew it. It works. And this isn't just in India. This is all over the world. We are seeing the connections, the similarities between what these cultures were. They supposedly never had any contact with each other. I don't know. To me, that's just fascinating stuff. It's really interesting. It's cool. I love it. I love talking about it. It really gets me going because you're just like, wow, this is, just think, we were thousands and thousands of years of civilization ahead of our time. That everything that we knew was not the truth. It's all been a lie. So you search for it, you look for it, you find it. Um, I I just get driven by it because it just makes me want to further look into this rabbit hole and get this knowledge and this information and talk to everybody about it and share our ideas and our thoughts on what we could possibly be witnessing, what we could be seeing right now in front of our eyes. And as I said, you're the people who put this out, like Dolores Cannon, Dr. Stephen Greer, Graham Hancock, um, Thomas Horn, and uh, Billy Carson, uh, Greg Braden, Matthew LaCroix, uh, Sadhguru, God bless him. Many blessings to that man right there. Thank you to all these people who are pushing this information. And there's thousands of them all over the world. If I didn't name them, you look them up. The knowledge and the information that they push out. Let me look at this guy too, because he's one guy that, like I said, Paul Wallace. Thank you. I thank him for putting the information out that he does. I'd like to talk to a lot of these people, but I highly doubt any of it would ever really happen. Um, I'm looking up the man who decoded the Sumerian text, the creation tablet. Um, it was a recent, he's a young guy. God, where is he at? I was just watching it the other day. Anyway, I was looking up his books about the tablets, the creation tablets, and cuneiforms, the King's List, um, and uh, he said, a lot of these translations were what they thought it was, but it actually this. And the way he broke down and he transcribed it, wow, wow. It's like I said with anything. It's like with any translation stuff that you see. Things are passed down and they're not put in the correct verbalage. Sorry. I hope I said that right. I think I did. But it's not being put out correctly. And when you get somebody that is able to translate ancient dialect and say this word was not actually this word, but it was this word, and then you put it back into the text or the context, it makes more sense. And it sheds new light and new understanding of what was happening in the past and what they were truly saying. Of things, it was either suppressed or hidden on purpose, or it was changed and adapted by people and spoken in a different way because it was not acceptable to talk about things the way they were for whatever reason. And that just fascinates me because we look at it and you see it and it starts becoming an eye opener to this broader knowledge spectrum that you're starting to see, bigger picture with the information and the knowledge that is out there by just going and looking for what you can, going and reading books, getting in contact with other people who are searching and looking for these sources of information. Because, as I said, we are not the only ones that are seeking the truth, that want to know what is going on. And as I said, let me know. Get into the context. Make a comment. If you got questions or somebody wants to talk about something or ask something, please. I put the links inside of there for if you want to say something. Oh, thank God for some sweet tea. But like I said, what are your guys' thoughts on the afterlife or reincarnation or the creation of humanity or the corruption that is being done right in front of our eyes, the uh, the suppression of information and just the the blatant disrespect and doing it. They're not even afraid of hiding it anymore. They are literally doing these things right in front of us for a reason. It's to show everybody that they are blind to the fact if it's happening right in front of you, you're not going to see it because you're so focused on other things. We're literally, it's like living in that movie, They Live. With Roddy Piper. Came out back in the 80s. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Let me see if I can get it. And that's what it feels like. You know, it just feels like it's not real. Like, what is going on? Like, is this really happening to us right now? Are we really watching what is, going on with the corruptness in the government and blatant disrespect for life, and you just lying to us and talking to us about things that, and then people are just like, yeah, I think they're right. I think they're right. They just buy into it, and it's like this can't be happening. This can't be. I don't believe it. It should not be this way. But I guess it is, because it's being done. It's being done right in front of our faces, and it's like, what is going on here? I think about a lot of things with the reincarnation and the ancient history, and the ancient knowledge that is being suppressed. Like I said, for me, another thing was Tartaria. But this is what it reminds me of. And we are being what we're being told, what life we're living right now. I think John Carpenter was onto something. Take a look at this really quick. I mean, just I don't know. Tell me what you think. Is this what we are seeing unfolding right now in front of our eyes? Sorry about the cheap quality. Sorry.
Our masters!
What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Wake up! They're all about you, all around you. Blinded us to the truth.
Take a look.
They are safe as long as they are not discovered.
I don't know what they are or where they came from, but we gotta stop them. Stay away from me. Put these on. They have us. Look at them. They're everywhere. Our owners.
We have no other choice.
I don't like this one bit. Leave it alone, man. It ain't none of my business. Ain't none of yours.
We have been lulled into a trance.
Hear it. That's not gonna work. I'm sorry. Guess that's what I get. Okay.
Our masters.
What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Wake up! They're all about you, all around you. Blinded us to the truth.
Take a look.
They are safe as long as they are not discovered.
I don't know what they are.
That is crazy. I don't understand it. It's weird.
Our masters.
What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Wake up! They're all about you, all around you. Our masters.
What do these things want, and why are they here?
You still don't get it, do you, boy?
They have recruited the rich and the powerful.
They're running the whole show.
Wake up! They're all about you, all around you. Blinded us to the truth.
Take a look.
They are safe as long as they are not discovered.
I don't know what they are or where they came from, but we gotta stop them. Stay away from me. Put these on. They have us. Look at them. They're everywhere. Our owners.
We have no other choice.
I don't like this one bit.
Leave it alone, man. It ain't none of my business. Ain't none of yours.
We have been lulled into a trance.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. We're in trouble. The whole world's in trouble. Control us! You're sending some kind of signals out of TV sets.
I've got one that can see.
Mama don't like tattletale.
Now we start spilling some blood.
Let's go!
But
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hello, hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Wow. This sucks. Hello. Whoa. Oh my God. This thing has been off this whole time. Oh my God. I feel like a doofus.
wow, this sucks.
How long has it been? How long has it been off? That's what I want to know. Anyway. So as I was saying, let me put this music back on because it just sounds dumb without any music on. Yeah, that movie really set it off with me. I really wanted to message and got it out because I don't know what was being said or what wasn't, or what everybody heard. So hopefully everybody got what I was saying. If you didn't, or if you did and you're watching it, let me know. Let me know what you think. I don't know, man. These electronics and stuff, I don't understand what's going on half of the time. Let me go to this. See, we are live. Can you guys hear me? Yes. All right. I just want to make sure this thing's working. Hello, hello, hello. All right. All right, it's working, I guess. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. I hope everybody's safe. Please be safe. Let me see if I can get my deal on the phone. I appreciate everybody for supporting the podcast like that and being along for this journey. It really means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. And if you want to ask a question, please come on. I've sent out the link. Click on it. If you would like to come onto the podcast and have something to say or express something that you've gone through or you have experienced, please, by all means, do so. But like I was trying to say when I was talking about everything that was going on, hold on. See if he's awake. I'm over here waking him up. He's probably dead asleep. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning where he's they're like, dude, what in the hell? You over here calling me middle of the night? What the heck's wrong with you? But yeah, I really hope that people understand and realize that you have a spot and you have a place to come and express your thoughts on ideas that I bring up on the podcast. And I thank each and every one of you for coming along with me on this. Thank you so much. Thank you. And for the viewers and the subscribers that are on the channel that have come onto the podcast and we've had conversations. Thank you so much for the interaction. Appreciate it. It means a lot, and I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And keep in contact. Keep what you guys would like to hear. Let me know some of the things that you are interested in. Let me know some of the things that you guys are seeing or experiencing with yourself and your growth in your spirituality or whatever is going on in your religion or whatever it is. And you're like, man, a lot of things that I witness or I see or I look into makes me validate that there's something else that is going on, something more to what we are seeing. And there is something that is happening that we, as human beings, we need the answers to. And I get a lot of time, well, I don't need the answers. I have my answers right here in my faith and my religion. Well, good. I'm glad that everybody has that for them, if that is what you are doing. But for me and a lot of us, it seems like there is something more to it that we are not, that they are hiding from us. And we are trying to search and we are finding the real answers of the things that have been suppressed for a long time. It is so amazing to be able to go on this journey and to be able to talk about a lot of this stuff because it makes more sense to us. It makes us understand what is actually happening in this world that we are seeing. Wow. Hello. All right. Yeah, right there. And we are experiencing and witnessing things that are fascinating. We have made large leaps and bounds in the technological age in a blink of an eye, but yet we're still driving fossil fuel cars. We have not left and had journeys of groups of people to space, but yet we lost the technology that made it possible to do those things. I don't know. It's not driving. You know, the timelines and the things of our history and the erasing of actual historical nations. Tartaria was a real place. And I hope all this got out on the first part of the podcast coming out, because it's already 3 hours into this thing, and I'm sorry if you missed it, but you missed it. And it is a wild journey for sure. On what? Put it up there. Stupid. But yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys a lot for coming along and being here. It means a lot. Thank you, and please to the channel, to the podcast. As I said, I just started this thing December, and for you guys, it means a lot. And I hope that the information that I share with everybody, the things that we look into, really help people to broaden their minds outside of the box that they are living in, and realize that there's more to the story of what has been suppressed from us. And we are gradually getting that knowledge and getting that information out there. And unfortunately, a lot of people have lost their lives. As I said, Dr. Stephen Greer, I thank him so much for the work he's been doing for a while now, and all the people that are helping him and working alongside him, and him as well. A lot of the where is he at? Where is he? Elon Musk. Elon right now. Guru, thank you so much. I follow him. I've been following him for a while, and I appreciate him very much. Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan is a big influencer of me. Joe Rogan, for me, you guys are amazing. I appreciate everything that you guys have been doing, and getting the information and getting the knowledge out to the people that is being suppressed. Thank you. Sean Ryan is doing amazing things right now, and I think he is taking the mantle of this information dump and this whistleblowing. These people that are being able to reveal things that are happening that they can discuss about, and trying to bring it out to the public's awareness. This man deserves freedom, the medal of freedom. Joe Rogan, all the Damon, what's up, man? You too, man. You make it on the information dump and exposing what is going on you put a laughing, you put I guess, what do you call it? You put it in perspective so for people to see it and be able to think about it, but doing it in a hilarious manner. And it's cool, man. I appreciate you too. I watch those all the time. Shu, Sam Sour are at Sam Sour, Sour. SAUR. You two, man, coming on Sean Ryan's show and dealing with what you've been dealing with, man. Yeah, man, I'm looking, Sure, or Shu, Samosaur. You just posted on the 25th of October. You got a shot while you were in the military, and they gave you, or somebody got it, and you gave you shingles after you got the COVID vaccine. What if it is something, bro, that is? I was in the military too, and I know we got a bunch of vaccinations, and they were just injecting us like crazy. I just wanted to reach out to you and even Sean Ryan. I mean, have you guys even experienced anything that was something that made you question why they did things to us while we were in the military? I know you men have probably, you guys have done way more than I was, but I mean, the things that they're able to do to servicemen and women and get away with it because we're servicemen and women. We are bound to a contract, literally, and the millions of dollars that they've spent training us and giving us knowledge to do a job. But yet at the same time, it's like, here, you need to come and take this shot, shut up and just get in line. Don't fucking question it. Or anything that had anything to do with stuff that they could have been just exposing us to. God only knows. And like I said, I appreciate these men, for doing, and women that are out there exposing the truth and exposing the corruptness that is going on in this country and around the world, even. Are we seeing the unfolding of the fall of this master ran, this cult, this shadow government, whatever it's been called since JFK's time, since Eisenhower left office, because he saw the wheels of this thing coming. He was trying to forewarn us. That it unfold in front of our eyes. This is just me, folks. Like I said, you let me know what you think. This is what I think. I feel from things that I've experienced during my life, what I am seeing unfold. I really try not to watch the media. Like I said, I follow Sean Ryan, I follow Joe Rogan, I follow Dr. Stephen Greer, I follow Shu, and Sean Ryan posted 8 hours ago, mainstream media around the globe should take note of this. One day you may have to pay for what you have done to the world. All the mouthpieces out there, your days left in the media are numbered, and your days of deceit are already over. There was a Daily Romania video that got posted. It says, fraudsters have surrounded the cars of the lying mainstream media and placed money on them because that is the only thing they care about. It is not truth. Earlier today, they claimed only a few hundred of us were here. Now they know how many we really are. Let's see if I can pull this up. I'll post it. People are waking up. People are waking up, folks. They are not settling for the BS anymore. People are realizing what's happening, and they are doing what is necessary to let them know. We are the majority. We are not slaves to the system anymore. We want the truth. We are tired of the crap that has been happening. We want you to know that you work for us. When are the days that were where the government answered to the people versus what the people are doing? They answer the government. It has become wrong, but it is right. When things that are said that are good are wrong, and good is when they claim that they're doing something good and they're saying it out in public and they're claiming it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do. And it's totally wrong. It is the opposite of what they are trying to make people do by telling them that it's right when it's wrong. And when it's good, it's bad. We are literally watching this happen in front of our face. They are doing it in everything, in the media, in the news, in the government, everything. So what is happening next? What is going on? Are we seeing a shift in time? Is this something that is going to become historical? We need to let our children and our generation, our past, of the great things that have been suppressed. We want that information. We want to know. We want it. It is not your right. It is not your obligation to tell us what we can and cannot have. What we're not. Well, it's in the state of national security. It's a threat to national security. Well, we've seen how national security works, and it hasn't done a great job so far. There is a vast majority of people who are just literally tired. We don't want to hear this crap anymore. We want the truth. We want things declassified. We want the answers to what's been happening. Why was it so from us for so long? Why was this ancient technology that was recovered, worked on, reverse engineered, being weaponized and used against the people, or being taken from the people and suppressed and used only for those 1%ers who are in the know? Why? Because they rule with money. Because they can manipulate things and make things happen the way they want it to happen. Why is it certain people are elected to office? Why is it that only certain people are elected to president? This lie of freedom and the ability to have a say-so in things, it's a lie. Does our voice really matter? These people just picked, and we are made to tear each other apart, get mad and pissed off at each other over what? People I think are smarter now so than what we have been. We are more savvy to what is going on. People are seeing the reality of these deep state holders in what is happening around the world in all countries. I don't know what's this deal with this lady on this podium talking, but I am going to go to Sean Ryan just said Megyn Kelly just posted, "We are winning." Meta removed tampons from the men's bathrooms in their offices. Sanity is finally coming back. Inside Mark Zuckerberg's sprint to remake Meta for the Trump era. Wow. We are seeing these people do a complete 360. I'm telling you, I'm hopeful for what is to come, because it looks like we are heading for a lot of revamping the system. Things are going to get straightened out quick. Whether or not the truth of a lot of the corruptness is going to come out to the public, I hope so, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be one of these things where it's done swiftly, carried out quickly, people are dealt with, and it's made to look like accidental deaths, or people are just made to look like something happened to them and they're just brushed off. There he is. He says, 4 hours ago, why is Romania's election canceled? Why is NATO trying to build one of the largest bases in the Black Sea opposite of Crimea? What is next? Says he's going to sit down with the CG Romania in the next episode of the Sean Ryan Show to discuss the coup d'etat in Romania, the allegations against his show, and more. Wow. Like I said, Sean Ryan, praying for you, man. You're doing great work. Thank you so much for the information that you put out and you're sharing with everybody, that we are passing along, and hopefully people are seeing it. He also said 4 hours ago, before Monday, spent a little bit of time digging into the canceled election in Romania, and Mihail Migloșeniu, what's set to be NATO's largest base. This is going to be a bloody mess. Wow. Why did you hear that? Who did you hear that from? Emerald Robbins. I'm hearing that Seb Gorka is already on borrowed time after he embarrassed himself in the recent controversy with Sean Ryan. Man, Sean Ryan's taking some crap because he's going to end up being, I pray that he is not a target of or a removal of somebody by shaming them publicly. This is what happens when you do the right thing. This is what happens when you start telling the truth about things and you get information out there that validates what people are doing openly. They turn around and they will make you look like a fool. They will do something to get you removed, publicly shaming somebody. So I'm all these people that are doing this stuff, Sean Ryan, man, I keep you in my prayers, man. I feel like you're going through it, brother. And, people are getting on your back about a lot of things, but keep the faith, man. You got a lot of backers, and you're not the only one, bro. Yeah, a lot of stuff is happening, folks. A lot of stuff. He posted something. LinkedIn is only fans for middle managers. Oh man, this is great. It's good when you can have people that are trying to make society and do moves to get things going and helping make things better, that have great sense of humor. It's EU panics. Nawfall. EU panics as Elon gives voters a voice. Elon's decision to German leader Alice Weidel on X has EU elites scrambling and accusing him of unfairly boosting her party ahead of election. Oh man, the EU threatening legal action under its Digital Service Act, claims Elon. Algorithms amplify voices they don't like. Legislation, they want to control what voters feel and see. Elon stands for free speech, but the EU clearly does not. And maybe they worry that the people might choose leaders that establishments don't approve of. Wow. Talk about corruptness. Wow. Wall Street. Elon just posted, vital to fix this. U.S. government's first fiscal quarter numbers are in October 1st through December. Oops. Through December 31st of 2024, revenue is down 2% versus the previous year. Spending is up versus previous year, and the budget's deficit is $710 billion. U.S. government revenue was $1.08 trillion, or 1.8 trillion, and the U.S. government spent $1.79 trillion. This clearly needs to change. We are broke. And he posted a picture of the Wall Street numbers on it for the fiscal year. Bill Maher, this guy too. I mean, a lot of these people shaming these people that are trying to do the right thing and trying better, and clear the air with a lot of crap that is going on, and trying to make a difference, because clearly we are at a point, people. I mean, we all feel it in our pockets. We all feel it around us. We go to the store and we can't even buy eggs because they're $36 for a carton that we used to get for $10. $36. I walked around Walmart the whole time. I was laughing like, is it real? $36 for some fucking eggs. I couldn't believe it. What is going on? Please tell me this is a joke. This has got to be a joke. This can't be real. It is. We live it every day. We see it. We know. We understand it. And they want us to sit back, and they tell us it's us. Oh, we're the problem. You guys are the problem. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to start taxing your asses more and just send $12.5 billion of it over to Ukraine. Wow. And you people that believe in good, and you believe in making this country better, and you believe all the things that make this nation and the nations that will love and want freedom and want to have a good life, you guys are all crazy. You guys are the problem. I don't. It just does not. Please make it make sense. That's all I want. Just please, just make it make sense. I feel for the people that are having this hard problem, this devastation in California with these wildfires. I feel for the people of Maui. I feel for the people back home in North Carolina. My prayers are with you folks. And I don't even know what to say. It just seems like this. It just seems like it's not real. We are literally living in hell. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, you're insane. This is hell. It's worse in hell. There's fire and yada, yada. That's another issue for another topic, or another topic for another show. That I we are literally living our lives on this planet, watching this turmoil and this chaos happening and unfolding in front of literally right now. We are seeing the idiocracy that has been let go and been able to run rampant with these people who have been placed or are just put in charge, because it doesn't seem like it. Why are these people still in power? Are we not the people, the majority of people that run things? We outnumber them. We should be voting and saying, hey, look, your ass has to go. Goodbye. Step down. Grab your stuff and get out. We need to get these people in here that are going to do something and make a change and say, hey, the people come first. This country is, 270 years old? And here we are. We can't even freaking continue to do what our founding fathers fought for. It's literally in the Constitution. The ability to remove those who do not do their job and hold the interest of the people at heart. It is the power of the people to remove them and get them out. It's sad to say that, we can't even trust voting anymore, because we know that can be tampered with. We know they're just going to get what they want. Anyway, so what the hell is we got to look at the deeper, this stuff is just, it's all a lie. These people are put in place by the powers that be, that are really running the show, that are really calling the shots. Why isn't the military helping get these fires? Why has the National Guard not called? Why has the military not been sent to California or these places of devastation to handle it? Well, we got these threats all over. Come on, man. It's sad, to think that we have gotten to this point, where people can be sacrificed right in front of our face. Their lives do not matter to these people. It's sad to see, it's sad to see. I mean, let me see if I can open this. I mean, this video really made me mad, and it should make a lot of people upset. That the government elected people are, blatantly. I mean, like I said before, there's a lot of things that show that they don't care. I mean, this goes all the way back to World War II, for Christ's sake. And this goes back far. This was all planned. I mean, I talk about it in my first few episodes about John Jacob Astor and how he was set up to be murdered and killed on the Titanic, because he wouldn't go along with what they were saying. He did with what they wanted. And the information in his book that he put out was just, wow. It was astonishing. And I had never read it before, but I see this is really powerful stuff. Like, how are we just brushing this off? It just really hit me, and I was like, wow, this man was onto something. And this is information and knowledge that is being suppressed. They're not going to tell everybody about this stuff. They are not going to sit here and say, yes, all this historical stuff, these events that happen to remove people, are purposely done. It is purposefully put into place for these events, for these things to happen. Do you think it's a coincidence that there are terrorist cells in the United States that have been let into this country that they already know had plans to do something like this? Okay? Had planned to allow this to take place for years coming. For whatever is coming. And it's scary. It is scary. Talking about this brand new LA city that they are placed it after the fires. Here. Let's see if I can. This right here really irked me. And I think it should irk a lot of people to see a government official lying to a person. You know, she just lost her home. Whatever. If this is staged, it's staged. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else was there with her or what was going on. But this just really put it into perspective of how and why things are happening to me. Take a look. Let me turn this music off. Hopefully you can hear it. I don't know. Yeah. All right. What? We're getting the resources to help rebuild. Does this sound Does this sound anything like a person who is concerned, who gives two shits about what this woman is saying? He's just like, you just confronted me. I can't look like a coward and walk away and just tell her to kick rocks. You know what I mean? This guy sounds like he is just like he wants to get her out of his face immediately because he's just being put on the spot. We're getting nobody gives a shit about what's gonna. We want to know about now. Like, why is this shit not happening now? He does not care. Calling the president ain't answering. The president should have been on that phone immediately. Somebody should have been on that thing, right? I mean, come on. Somebody should have been taking care of this. They are not owning up to their mistakes. They know that they screwed up. Laughing at. That is sad, folks. That is sad. I mean, like I said, I've got family that lives in California, and just to see these idiots doing this to the people of that state, and nobody cares. Nobody's saying anything. You know, it's really upsetting, and it's really, gut wrenching. This is just the small tip of the crap that's coming, folks. And it sucks because it's like they are getting away with it. They are able to do this stuff. Nobody's going to be held responsible. No one. No one is going to be, everybody's going to point the, they literally got on here and were telling the people that it was their fault. This woman, hold on, blaming the citizens because they were the ones that were using the water. It's our fault. Listen to this. This is pathetic. At it, this is. I don't know if you're able to hear it. I don't understand. I don't know. Can you guys hear it? I'm gonna play it again and see if you guys can hear it on. Yeah. Anyway, but that's really sad. It should really make a lot of people upset that this is happening, and my heart's go out to them. And like I said, my folks in California and North Carolina, I love you. Praying for you guys. But like I said, I just want to thank everybody that has stopped by to listen to this information that has been put out across the platform on the podcast. Yeah, sorry. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you all so much. If you have not liked or subscribed to the channel, please help out by doing so. Press that like button, press the subscribe. Stay tuned for more episodes that are going to be coming out, more information. If you want to reach out to me, please do. Please reach out to me. Facebook, TikTok, X, and Instagram, and YouTube. If I didn't say YouTube, you can see more of the videos on YouTube. It is Spirit of the Unknown. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for subscribing and liking the channel. Thank you guys so much. You guys are what makes it important. Sharing your knowledge, sharing your information, and staying aware of what is happening, and us doing it collectively as a community of awakened people who are realizing that, you know, a lot of things are happening and a lot of things around us need to to be looked at more. The truth. We need to get to the answers, and we got to do it, because the awakening of everybody to be able to have the knowledge that we need to progress as human beings is vital to our survival. And I think those that are in control and are to the well-being of who we are as a human race. So, as I said that, I want to thank everybody for coming along on this journey. Stay tuned for more of the podcast. If you like what you're seeing and you're liking it, like I said, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it to your friends and family, and let's get this knowledge and this information out, and let's do it together. So I appreciate everybody. I will see you guys next Friday, same time, same place, same channel. And till then.